welcome back to another episode of Sloth Stories. Sit back, relax, and let the storytelling begin. Today's story is titled Mia and the Magic Fountain. Once upon a time, in a lush green forest, there was a magical fountain. The fountain was said to have mystical powers, and whoever drank from it would be granted their heart's deepest desires. The water sparkled in the sun, and the sound of the water trickling down the rocks was music to the ears of the creatures of the forest. The fountain was guarded by a group of fairies who were sworn to protect the fountain from harm. They were mischievous creatures who loved to play tricks on travelers who passed through the forest. One day, a young girl named Mia was wandering through the forest, searching for a cure for her sick grandmother. Mia stumbled upon the magical fountain and was filled with hope that it could heal her grandmother. As Mia reached out to touch the water, one of the fairies appeared before her. The fairy warned Mia of the danger of the fountain and the evil adventurer who had been seeking it for years. The adventurer was a cruel man who wanted to use the power of the fountain to rule the world. Determined to save her grandmother, Mia ignored the fairy's warning and drank from the fountain. The water was cool and refreshing, and Mia felt a sense of peace wash over her. Suddenly, the ground began to shake, and the mountain behind the fountain started to come alive. The rocks began to shift, and the mountain formed a giant face that glared down at Mia. The mountain was angry that someone had dared to drink from the fountain without the proper respect and gratitude. It was furious that someone had taken its power for granted and decided to punish Mia. Mia was terrified as the mountain roared with fury, but then the fairies appeared and pleaded with the mountain to spare Mia's life. They explained that Mia's intentions were pure and she had only drunk from the fountain to save her grandmother. The mountain was moved by the fairies' words and decided to spare Mia's life. In return for sparing her life, the mountain demanded that Mia promise to use the power of the fountain for good and to never take it for granted. Mia promised, and the mountain slowly began to return to its original form. As the mountain calmed down, Mia realized that she felt different. She felt a newfound strength and determination to save her grandmother, and to use the power of the fountain to help others. Mia left the forest feeling grateful for the experience and the lesson she had learned. She knew that the power of the fountain was not something to be taken lightly, and she was determined to use it to make the world a better place. The end. Thanks for joining us on another slow and steady journey through Sloth Stories. See you next time.